Yeah, true crime. Humans. They say it's a hot town when it's summer in the city, and by they I mean you. Me, I stay out of the sun. While you're out there sweating out a living, I'm inside, in the doors, near the AC. If it was up to me, I'd be living in the fridge because I'm poultry. Yeah, I might be hard-boiled, but that means I have a short shelf life, so I stay cool, especially when it gets hot. Sure, they'll tell you, enjoy the fresh air, take a walk, touch grass, and by they, I mean you. I'm no doctor. Only medicine I know comes in a bottle, and you got to keep that out of the sun. But I'm happy staying away from the grilling eyes of every human out there looking for jerked wings and grilled thighs. I know the look. So while you're out there getting your buffalo sauce on, I'm waiting on the fall, when you're more into pumpkin shit, craving squash. But no matter the season, humans, you're always out of your gourd. So I stay out of the way, taking whatever bread they toss me, keeping my beak sharp. They call me when they need a perspective, a better angle, a bird's eye view, because I got a knack for it. Sometimes it's a lost pet, a missing purse. One time a guy didn't have his popper, thought I was a Margaritaville-themed bottle opener. I took the job, because when you're trying to survive the heat, you got to keep the humans refreshed and a few too many in, and there are always too many in when it gets hot. But after a while, you got to stay out of sight, because who doesn't want hot chicken when you're drunk? I do the job and I get gone, but it's lonely work. Ain't it a pity? Wish the days could be like the nights. All around, I see people looking half dead while the back of my neck's getting dirty and gritty. Cool cats looking for kitties around the corner. Walking on the sidewalk, hotter than a match head. Yeah, turns out you were right, humans. It's a hot town when it's summer in the city. It was 5 a.m. on a Sunday when I got the call. I was having a dream. I love dreams. No humans, just me doing whatever my brain figures will be fun. I was sitting on a giant fish in a lake. I had those stripes going down the sides, red fins, the fish, not the lake. Don't expect I'd be sticking around the lake if it had red in it. But this fish was big enough for me to sail it, so I just stood there, letting it swim around, taking me wherever it wanted to go. It was nice, no plans, no bills, no one shaking me down. Just out here on the lake, taking in the breeze, and then I realized I was perched on a perch. And I woke up to the phone ringing and me pissed at humans for inventing homonyms. A bird like me should love the morning, but that phone was singing a song didn't sit right with me. I answered, hello, I said, because that's how you like it, humans. And like I was saying, it's summer, gotta keep you cool. Voice on the other end was panicked, kept saying something about doobies. I couldn't make it out, and that's a conversation you definitely want to get the details for. I said, say again? There was static, heavy breathing. Caught another word, do. I finished. Bees? Because if you're smoking already, that's kind of a dick move. Like, hang out, I'll meet you. Also, who calls them doobies anymore, Dad? They cut me off. Clearing their throat. Turn on the news. I said I didn't have to. When it comes to humans, the news never stops. Turns out someone robbed the 82 Quick Stop in Duncanville, Alabama, 3:45 a.m. that morning. Tripped the alarm, but bailed before the cops could get there. Must have had 4 legs, I said. The voice on the other end didn't laugh. I knew something was ironic. I looked back at the screen just as they ran the security footage. That's when I saw him. Tall, looked about 5'9", brown coat, black dots, a blue collar, tail. Zoinks, I said. Fucker looks like Scooby-Doo. But there was something off. Something not Jake, little sourdough, little doggy, which in the 30s kind of means overdressed in a self-conscious way, but I'm saying doggy because Scooby-Doo, you get me? It's hot, okay? Stay cool. Scooby-Doo would never. He fights crime. He doesn't take a bite out of it like McGruff, which is a whole other podcast. Because the guy who played Scruff McGruff didn't just take a bite out of crime, he unhinged his jaw and swallowed the whole fucking Thanksgiving dinner of crime. Got the munchies and hoovered it like Scooby snacks, and here I was looking right at Scooby fucking Doo. Taking a big old champ out of a Class A misdemeanor in Alabama. Or it's a Class B felony. I don't know. That's above my pay grade, and it's too hot for math. The footage was clear. There was Scooby-Doo standing there, duffel bag, sneaking past the Blue Bunny ice cream freezer, robbing the 82 Quick Stop in Duncanville, Alabama. Ruh-roh, I said. Voice on the other end asked if I wanted the case. Didn't know if I could bring myself to take him down, but hey, birds gotta eat. I'll do it, but I gotta call the gang, I said. I took a beat and they went, no, I'm kidding. But like, okay, sure. And all of this before my morning coffee. Jesus, I thought birds were the only ones got up this early. I asked the voice, so why are you interested? The voice on the other end asked me if something about it didn't sit right with me. I told him sure. For starters, Scooby-Doo doesn't usually stand up on two legs. At least he didn't until the 80s, when they overhauled the series to make better use of Scrappy-Doo, who was always walking around on two legs like a fucking asshole, like he ran shit. He wasn't even in the gang. Fred, Daphne, and Velma fucked off around then, leaving it Scooby, Scrappy, and Shaggy, who, if you take a step back, was just a stone dude with two dogs squatting in abandoned mansions. Which is very Jack London, but without the long journey of the soul, because they were too busy running away from ghosts. So maybe after all these years, Scrappy got tired of always playing second schnauzer to Uncle Scoob. Not so much a Great Dane anymore. He deigned not to be great, had a bone to pick. Went off the leash, things got a little rough, and he turned tail right into crime. But that hardly seems like something Scrappy'd do. No, hang on, there's gonna be more. Hang on, there's gonna be so much more. Hold on. Oh my God. Who walks around wearing brown, always wandering through snack shops at all hours of the day? And that's when it hit me. Oh shit, what if it was Shaggy? Like, wow, I could hear myself think. It all makes sense. Shaggy was always on the edge, his soul patched all the way back to the beginning, when he was originally named WW and based on Maynard G. Krebs from The Many Lives of Dooby Gillis. Ask your dad or Google it yourself. I do not have time. It is too hot. And then Jack Ruby, Iwao Takamoto, and Ken Spears had to take the original idea for Scooby-Doo called The House of Mystery and make it more a bop because Fred Silverman really wanted something like Archie. Never forget, Sugar Sugar was the most successful Billboard #1 hit of 1969. At the time, it was 5 teens named Jeff, Mike, Kelly, Linda, and Linda's brother WW. And they had a bongo playing dog called Too Much. The gang was called the Mysteries 5, but Hanna-Barbera figured that was a little too close to the Archies. So they leaned into the many loves of Dooby Gillis, which would inspire the now foursomes looks, changing their names to Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy. Fred Silverman was inspired, thinking about Frank Sinatra crooning Dooby Dooby Doo at the end of that song Strangers in the Night while on a red-eye flight to development meetings. Changed Too Much to Scooby-Doo, and it sold. Now here I was, looking at Scoob, robbing the 82 Quick Stop in Duncanville, Alabama. You still there? The voice on the phone spoke. I shook my head. What did he steal? I barely asked before they piped back. Coins and cash. Nothing from the aisle? No, just coins and cash. And then it all came crashing down. You're telling me, noted, celebrated stoner detective Scooby-Doo robbed a convenience store and didn't take any fucking snacks? There's no goddamn way this was Scooby, Scrappy, or Shaggy if it's a capitalist crime. Was there even a hoagie at the scene? Damn it, it was a dead end. Made even more sinister by the final photo the Tuscaloosa Police Department posted on their Facebook. A full frontal view of clearly a guy in a brown face mask wearing a Scooby-Doo onesie releasing on their Facebook page Tuesday, June 24th, 8:41 p.m. with the description, "Hey gang, we need your help solving a mystery." This individual in a Scooby-Doo suit broke into the Quick Stop on Highway 82 in Duncanville. Officers responded to the store after the security alarm activated at 3:45 a.m. on a Sunday. The suspect took cash and coins but no snacks. He appears to be a white male, around 5'9", while also posting a picture of the mystery machine in the comments with the caption, and this is true, quote, "We question the owner of the vehicle, but no leads in the yet. You continue to be on the lookout for shady caretakers and don't meddle if you see a suspect." A masked man in a Scooby-Doo costume who did not steal any snacks? Turns out the real zoinks was irony. I told the voice on the other end of the phone, this trail goes cold for me, which I was grateful for because the sun was up and I could already feel the AC begrudgingly starting its shift. Sorry, I said. Looks like you got away with it too. Guess I wasn't the meddling kids you were looking for. There was a sigh on the other end of the line. Jinkies, the voice said. Thanks for taking the time. And then they hung up. I sat back. Started wishing I had a partner. A crew. A gang. Someone I could bounce this mystery off like a sack. I'm sure Shaggy was super good at hackeying. But it was just me. A bird in the summer in the city. In the summer in the city. I looked it up. It was only 73 degrees the morning of the 22nd. Not bad. Not enough to make a man dog it and snatch cash, but then I saw plus 87% and realized that could do it. Because it's never the heat, it's the humidity. And I kept thinking, what kind of madman puts on a dog onesie and a face mask when it's 86% humidity on a sunny day in June? The kind I would avoid, which I'm good at doing in the summer. So I just leaned back in my chair and I spent my day inside wondering, Scooby, Dooby Doo, where are you? Saxophone solo. I love you. Good night.
Nailed it.